Hi guys, hello. Today we're going to be adding some whimsy into our lives. Basically a version of like romanticizing your life, but I feel like whenever I look up like whimsical things, it kind of is more of like an earthy, witchy type of version, and I'm definitely down for that. So today we're going to be doing some thrifting to pick up some supplies for a couple of whimsical DIYs that I have been seeing all over my TikTok recently. Specifically, I want to do a candle plate, and then I also saw a really cool way to like burn incense, like stick incense, and I need to try it immediately. When I was doing the thrifting, I didn't really have this video idea fully formed yet, so I didn't really talk through my shopping process like I feel like I should have. So this is kind of more of just me shopping around, giving my little 2 cents here and there, and we'll do a haul and I'll kind of explain the DIYs a little bit later on in the video. How does this work? Oh, this is like a handle. I was thinking it was like a hook. I'm like, how are you supposed to have a candlestick hanging from the wall like that? I get it now. That's super cute. It's like a little moth shape. I love these types of containers with like lids. Super cute. Ooh, this is super cute as well. This little vase. Okay, obsessed with that. $12. I love this as well. I love a glass vase. I just don't have a lot of room for stuff like this. Oh, this is cute. A little heart dish. Adorable. Oh, I love this. This kind of looks like a squash. These are kind of funky. I like that. Little grape leaves and a green stem. Here's a bunch of pink and blue. Looks like cotton candy. It's cute. Okay. This is also adorable. Got little grapes on it. And then there's these ones as well, which are even smaller with little flowers. These little pink plates are cute. A little saucer. It looks way less pink holding it up. There is like a little bit of a tint. Yeah, that's cute. Oh! Okay, this is adorable. It's a little flower. Or a sun. Ooh, these are all 50% off. Oh, this one's cute. I love the design in it. And I love that lamp. We look at it every time we come here, but it's a little too expensive. And by a little, I mean a lot. Get the Mona Lisa for $5. Oh! Yeah, she's a little damaged. Oh, this is cute. I definitely want to get one of these. I just don't know which one. We have this one. It's got like a little star flower-ish design. And then this one's just bumpy. These little cups. The handles are so freaking adorable. Oh, the little tray has a slot for them too. I was wondering because I grabbed it and it felt weird. It's like square, so it fits in the square tray. Are these also like that too? These ones are cute little grapes. Oh, yep, and it's got a little hole for the cup. Oh, this is so cool. Yes, that is so neat. I like the shape of this. I don't really like the coloring of this, like this orange kind of color, but I love the shape. Love that statue. That decanter looks so cool. I love the shape of that. Oh, this is kind of fun. Not really my style, but like I can appreciate the whimsy of it all. This purse is pretty cool. It's huge, but it's cool. Ooh, this is also neat. This is pretty. Like flowers on it. I got everything that I needed for the candle plate, hopefully, but then also I did get a few just like random things, and I cannot wait to show you. So before we get into our DIYs, let's go do a little bit of a haul. First place that we went to was my favorite antique store, and I got a big old box full of stuff. Also this furniture piece. So I about died when I saw this. I got myself a, I think, floor lamp. It is like a footed glass and brass, I believe, giant lamp. I don't exactly have a spot for it. I think I'm gonna put it in like the corner of this bedroom. And my favorite part about it was that it was only $25. Like I said, I about died when I saw the price tag. My partner was actually the one that pointed this out to me, and I thought it was cool, and I like was looking at it just to look at it. I never in a million years thought I would actually be able to afford it. Then I looked at the price tag and I was like, where's the missing zero? Because there's no way this is only $25. So there's my lamp that has nothing to do with this video aside from just, you know, it's a cool ass lamp and I'm very excited for it. And then the only other thing that I got that is not DIY project related is a set of horse bookends. The set is solid brass. Are these not so cool? I only have one to show you because I did already put the other one on my bookshelf. I'm not like particularly fond of horses necessarily, but I love a good antique set of brass bookends. And these ones are actually pretty reasonably priced. I think they were 20 or 25 for the set. And I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've seen an affordable set of bookends. I feel like lately they've all been like $50 plus, and I just personally cannot do that. Now let's go ahead and get into our box of project materials. And the very first thing that we found was our glass plate for our candle plate. This is the one thing that I was actually really concerned that I was not going to be able to find, because I don't really think I've ever found just a giant glass plate. That being said, I feel like this project was just like meant to be, because there were so many different plates. Typically I do prefer like colored glass, but I wanted my plate to be kind of more neutral, just to be able to fit into any room and not worry about like, you know, color clashing and things like that. So I did want it to be all clear glass, and I was originally actually going to get all white candles as well, but that ended up changing. But as far as the glass goes, we did get all clear glass. And is this plate not just like super pretty? And I think it's so funny that there was literally, I think, 4 of this exact same plate, just like stacked. Actually also too, one of the TikToks that I saw for a candle plate, like someone making a candle plate, they had this exact same plate as well. All right, what else do we have in here? Here is our first candlestick option. I don't think, or actually I know, I'm not going to use every single thing that I picked up on the plate because I just simply do not have enough room on the plate, but I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of options because I am very indecisive. And again, here's our first candlestick. Hopefully it's actually focusing on that and not on me. And then, ooh, okay. This is not a candlestick. This is actually going to be our glass jar for our incense holder. Here's a little close-up of the design on the glass. And then, oh, I totally forgot I got this. Here's another container, which also could be for our incense holder, but I think this one is gonna be potentially for the candle plate. I liked the shape of this one. I like how like short and plump it looks. This is actually also not candle plate related. I just thought it was really cute. This is basically like a flower slash a sun little glass plate, like a yellow plate. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, so this candlestick is actually like a 2-piece little candlestick. So I had this part and I was like looking for the other part of it and I realized it was this. So this actually is like a little like wax catcher and it goes on top of our candlestick. So here's what this one looks like fully. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of hard, I feel like, to show clear glass, like the details of it. And then last but certainly not least, for our antique store, I got a set of these. So I also have 2 of these, but one of them is on my bookcase as well. This is giving me very kind of like Art Deco. Like I love the like spray, the fireworky kind of effect of this. I saw one video where someone had something very similar to this on their candle plate and I thought it would be fun, but I'm kind of thinking now that it might be a little too big. So I don't think this is going to make it onto the plate, but I think she's just like super cool. Now let's go ahead and move on to the few things that I got from an estate sale. I went to one estate sale and you guys, I basically robbed them. It was the second day of this estate sale and everything was already marked pretty inexpensively, but then on top of that, everything was also 25% off. But when I actually went to go like pay for all my stuff, I had like my pile of things on the table and the girl was like, $15. Excuse me, what? The amount of things that I got for $15? This is why I go to estate sales. It literally blew my mind. I got 2 different sets of candlesticks. So I got 2 of these ones. I like how like they go in, like they're like pinched. And then it has kind of like a star design, which I thought was really fun. And then I also got 2 of these. They're very similar in height. These ones are a little taller. Again, I wanted to get different like heights of things because I feel like that makes the plates look the best when like the candles are staggered. And these ones look very kind of like Art Deco 80s to me and I am obsessed. And then I got a set of 2 of these as well. These are obviously very short. and they have kind of like this cool little bubbly flower kind of design at the top. And then the rest of the stuff that I got from the estate sale is all just like random things. First thing being this cake pan. I am definitely not a baker. I actually really despise baking because it's just, I don't know. I hate taking out all the measuring cups. I just feel like it's a process. However, I am very excited about making a little flower cake. Like, I need to make a flower cake immediately. I also got this shirt. I don't know as of right now if I'm going to keep this or if I'm going to put it on Depop, but I just really liked the pleating detail on the front. And then also, this was definitely the part that made me want to get it. This embroidered kind of like cut out design on the front. I also got a few pieces of jewelry. First of all, I got this watch, and it is kind of like a silver and purple stone or like gem watch. How freaking pretty is this? This very much reminds me of like a very 90s kind of piece, specifically the 90s fashion that I gravitate towards, kind of like a 90s meets witch kind of vibe. And this one also gives that same kind of vibe. This is just one of those like stretchy beaded bracelets, but it's got these like gold flowers and then some like purple beads as well. And then last but certainly not least for our jewelry, we have this gold like very, very fairy core watch. The whole like wristband of this is like different charms like chunked together. Very, very outside of my typical style, but I think it could be really fun. So there's that watch. And then last but certainly not least, we have a pair of shoes, which I don't know if these are actually going to fit me. They're a size 8 and I tend to wear like a 7 to 8, but I'm pretty sure these are like 100% leather. Are these not so cute? They kind of remind me of like a combination of like a cowboy boot and like a Victorian shoe. If they don't fit me, they will be going on Depop, but I'm really crossing my fingers hard. So those are all of our thrifted things that we picked up. Last but not least, now we have our Home Goods candle haul. I did go to Home Goods specifically just for candles, and we did mostly stick to that. I got one extra thing. This little like pink glass mushroom. I have no use for this, but I just thought it was so cute. And it was actually really inexpensive. It was $7. So there's that. All right, now let's get into our plethora of candles. I did get mostly sticks, but I also got some chunky ones as well. Starting off with our sticks, this first set are white ones because originally I did want to do just all white, but just for like the aesthetics, I wanted the candles to be different shapes and sizes as well, and they didn't have the biggest selection. So I got these like kind of off-white ones, honestly. These ones are very, very tall, so I don't know if it's actually realistic to use these, but I got them anyway, just in case. I do burn a lot of candles regardless, so they'll be used, if not in the candle plate, somewhere else in my house. The designs of these ones are pretty plain, but they have kind of like a grayish color, which I don't know why gray was the color that I gravitated toward, but for some reason, I don't know, I just kind of like the color. And then the last candlestick set that we got are these like twisty pink ones, which I think will be really fun. I also do already have a couple of these as well. These are green ones that I picked up a long time ago, so I can add these ones as well if I want like another color. And then the last set of candles that we have are these just like regular pillar candles in different sizes. I don't think I'm going to use all of these in the plate because that would take up too much plate real estate, but I have seen a couple of different plates where people combined sticks and like pillar candles, and I really like the aesthetic of that. So I grabbed these ones. They are scented. They're scented. It says vanilla bean pumpkin. I'm not really getting the pumpkin, but it's a nice like vanilla scent. It's not offensive. It's very light. So there's those ones. And with that, that is all the things that I picked up for our little projects. Now let's actually get started on them. I am literally so freaking excited. We have our candle plate on the dresser, and I actually do feel like this fits perfectly. So I'm very excited about that, first and foremost. And we have all of our glassware over here, so I can kind of like figure out where I'm gonna put things. And then we have these, because these are gonna be part of like the general setup as well. So I don't know if I should make like the middle the tallest, like a centerpiece, or if I should have that off to the side. I don't know. First of all, we're just gonna start by putting one of each onto the plate. That feels like a good starting point. I also have this, which I didn't show you. This is like a little container that I already had. I think it could be fun for this little plate. I feel like I need like another height here. Hold on. I also already had this candlestick as well. The base of this is humongous though, so I don't know if this is gonna work. Maybe I can stick it back here. I like that. All of these candles are like super chunky at the bottom. Yep. Something like that. I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. Our plate is officially done, and I did decide to actually not use the green candles. I really love them, like I like the shape and everything, but it looked kind of random with the other colors. Like the other colors together are very neutral. They're actually kind of giving me like fall vibes, like soft fall, which I am so ready for. I am very over summer at this point. It's too hot. It's been humid all freaking summer, and I'm over it. So we're manifesting early fall. And before we actually light this up, I'm very excited to see what this is going to look like. Before we actually do that, I need to actually shave the top of the candles. I've seen people do this where they basically just, I'm gonna make like a huge mess, but they basically just kind of chip away at the top, I think, to angle it. This one might not even need it because it does kind of already have an angle, but I'm gonna do it anyway just in case. But this basically promotes the wax to actually drip instead of just, you know, leveling out and disappearing, as far as I understand. So we're gonna do this, even though I don't know if it's 100% necessary. Definitely think I'm gonna need to do it on these white ones because they're super, super flat at the top. Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna like break this candle. I'm getting wax everywhere. Also too, I'm not gonna do this, but I'm gonna throw it out there just in case you wanna do this, but a lot of people I saw actually glue with like jewelry, the E6000 I think it's called, that type of glue. It's like a jewelry glue. They glue their glass containers to the glass plate so that it doesn't like move around. I'm not planning on moving this. This is just gonna stay here. And here's what the final result looks like. It is so dreamy, such a vibe. I absolutely am obsessed with this, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like after the candles start dripping everywhere. Love it. Moving on to our second DIY, we have a whimsical incense burning bottle. First, you're going to grab your bottle and stick the incense in top down, so the part that you light is going to face the bottom of the bottle. But instead of allowing the incense to actually hit the bottom, you're going to leave a little bit of room like this. And then you're just going to use your finger or something to mark that spot on your incense. And this is where you're going to put the paper clip or jump ring or whatever you want to use. This is what's going to stop the incense from just like falling back into the bottle, and what's essentially going to kind of like suspend the incense in the middle of the bottle. And then our very last step is literally just to light the incense. Instantly the bottle filled up with smoke, and it's supposed to spill over, but I think this bottle was too small for the incense, so it wouldn't stay lit. I did try to do it again with a different incense, like a stickless kind, and the smaller bottle, and that worked perfectly. Literally, how cool does this look? I watched the original video that I saw again, and they actually were burning their incense in like a decanter, so it's a lot bigger of a vessel and the mouth of it is a lot bigger. So I think what's happening, or what I know is happening, is the incense is losing oxygen and snuffing itself out in this jar, so I think it's just not big enough for this incense. That being said, I think the reason that this one was actually successful is because of the type of incense that I'm using. This incense does not have a stick in it, therefore I don't think it needs as much oxygen to burn, because you're literally just burning the incense, whereas with this incense you have to also burn this stick, which takes more effort. So I think if you're using this type of incense, I think jars like this is perfectly fine. But either way, the effect is so pretty when it actually is working properly. So the next time I go thrifting, I'm going to look for a decanter similar to what the original video person was using. I literally saw jars super similar to that while I was picking up these ones. I just, for some reason in my brain, I remembered it as this, not something bigger. So anyway, those are my two little whimsical DIYs that I tried today. Let me know if you guys do any of these DIYs. Send me pictures on Instagram. I would love to see them. Or on TikTok. I have a video of me putting together my candle plate, and a few people have like commented pictures, which I did not realize you could do. I feel so old sometimes, but a few people have put pictures of their candle plates in the comments of that video, and they look so good, and it's so fun to see like what other people do with their stuff. So yeah, send me pictures. I want to see them. But anyway, that's everything that I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have had the most amazing of days, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!